The Potato by A.W. Gilbert. The Potato. The Rural Sciences series. PhD from Cornell. 1917, so stuff is probably outdated. So do not take this, there's new science. So this is just historical, what we're reading, and of interest. Preface. This book is intended to give brief and practical suggestions on the growing, breeding, and marketing of potatoes. It is written especially for the practical farmer and the student who may wish concise information on the potato without having to read many miscellaneous sources of information, especially experiment station bulletins, which, although highly valuable, are likely to contain much detail. The chapters on breeding and varieties occupy an unusually large proportion of the book. This is for the reason that these subjects have been treated in potato literature much less than methods of culture, and the general interest in them has called for this extended discussion to meet not only the necessities of the case, but also the public demand. I have been glad to place in the hands of Dr. Barris and Mr. Dean the chapters on diseases and field methods, respectively. These men have had broad experience in their lines and are thoroughly competent to discuss them. The author wishes also to acknowledge the valuable aid of Professor Herrick in reading the manuscript on potato insects, and Mr. A.C. Fraser and Mr. J.J. Pollock for valuable assistance. By Arthur Gilbert, Ithaca, New York, January 1917. Contents. Chapter 1. Acreage, Distribution, Production, and Valuation. It's pages 1 to 13. Chapter 2. History, pages 14 to 20. Chapter 3, Classification and Botanical Characteristics, pages 21 to 46. That includes description of the Irish potato, classification of varieties, important varieties of Iowa and the Central West, tabulation of varieties, synonyms, description of typical varieties. Chapter 4, Potato Breeding, pages 47 to 85. That includes ideals for the potato crop, use of scorecard, possibilities of improving the potato, methods of improvement, improvement of the potato by selection, running out of varieties, appearance of bud sports, improvement by hybridization. Chapter 5, Climate, Soils, and Rotation, pages 86 to 112. That includes factors influencing potato culture, heat, water requirements, soil texture, available plant food, drainage and soil air, critical period, type, variety, and strain, diseases, general types of potato growing in the United States, soils, rotation, hay plants. Chapter 6 include manures and fertilizers, pages 113 to 132. That includes fertilizer practices, market forms of fertilizers, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, sulfur, applying fertilizers, farm manures. Chapter 7, Planting, pages 133 to 159. That includes tillage tools, results of tillage, planting, hill and drill planting, planting tools, hand planting, seed potatoes, cutting seed. Chapter 8, Care of the Growing Crop, pages 160 to 169. Chapter 9, Potato Insects and Their Control, pages 170 to 182. That includes the Colorado potato beetle, flea beetle, blister beetle, the three-lined leaf beetle, tortoise beetles, the potato plant louse, leafhoppers, the potato stalk weevil, the stalk borer, white grubs, wire worms. Chapter 10, Diseases of the Potato, pages 183 to 205. Classification of causes of disease: early blight, late blight, rhizoctoniose, fusarium wilt, verticillium wilt, fusarium dry rot, silver scurf, potato wart, common scab, black leg, bacteria wilt, powdery scab, tip burn, arsenical injury, spindling sprout, net necrosis, curly dwarf, mosaic leaf roll, constitutional degeneracy, and other weakened conditions of plants. Chapter 11, Control Measure Against Diseases, pages 206 to 225. That includes control of curly dwarf, mosaic and leaf roll, field inspection, seed treatment to prevent disease, diseases from organisms already in soil, treatment for potato blight, preparation of Bordeaux mixture, other remedies, disease-resistant varieties, and a summary. Chapter 12, Harvesting the Potato, pages 226 to 236. That includes time to harvest, methods of digging, picking and sorting, labor and cost of harvesting. Chapter 13, Markets, Marketing, and Storage, pages 237 to 258. Marketing through local dealers, marketing the crop, grading, packages, shipping, early and late potatoes, markets, range and prices. Chapter 14, Uses of the Potato, pages 259 to 286. That includes use for human food, quality when cooked, use for starch, process of starch manufacture, uses of potato starch, uses for industrial alcohol, the manufacture of alcohol from potatoes, use as stock food, alcohol slops or residue, potato pomace, poultry food, dried or desiccated potatoes, potato flour. Chapter 15, Cost of Growing Potatoes, pages 287 to 313. That includes results of a survey in New York State, other survey results, cost of hauling. There's a list of plates. The Potato is the name of the book.